understand what I've been through. All of it made me into the man that I am today.
32-0, his brother Andre Ward was great.
I'm going to do things my way. I wanted to have a body of work, not just in the ring, but as a man. Only thing you ain't done in boxing is lose.
SOG, The Book of Ward, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount Plus.
Errol Spence Jr. is one of the best boxers on planet Earth. And down goes Cal Brook! Errol Spence with some sweet combinations.
He is the winner by technical knockout.
You've got the 3 belts. What's next?
And now the unified welterweight champion of the world.
Everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
I do believe this is the perfect time. You got 2 great fighters in their prime for all the marbles. It's going to be an exciting fight. I just can't wait for it to happen.
That's the fight we all want to see.
There's been a back and forth a lot with you and Bud Crawford.
I don't know your number. Save it.
I want all the smoke. But right now, I'm looking at Terrence Crawford.
This is for Undisputed. This is a big moment for not only myself, but for Errol Spence Jr.
Saturday, July 29th, they're going to crown the first 4-belt Undisputed champion in 147-pound history.
The wait is over. Watch me fry this fish.
Yeah, I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I come up for that motherfucking belt.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. I'm Brian Custer, host of Showtime Championship Boxing. Want to welcome everybody to the land of 10,000 lakes, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you know, on Saturday, Showtime Championship Boxing is making its second visit here to the historic and the renowned Minneapolis Armory, which, by the way, has become a prominent and respected venue for boxing again. And Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, that is 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central Time, our summer schedule kicks off with a triple header of high-stakes fights, all coming to you and brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. The main event, the WBC interim champion Carlos Adames, who says, by the way, he is the most feared man in the middleweight division, takes on the most accomplished opponent that he has faced yet in the former unified junior middleweight champion of the world, Julian J-Rock Williams, who is now campaigning at 160 pounds. And of course, the winner believes they're in line for a world title shot. Co-main, it is another high-stakes fight, but this one at 154 pounds as the Hammer, Erickson Lubin, coming off, of course, a Fight of the Year candidate against Sebastian Fundora. That was last year. He takes on Luis Arias. And just like J-Rock, Arias is a guy who knocked off a former unified champ in Jarrett Hurd. You got 2 top contenders battling for 10 rounds. That's the co-main. And in the opening bout, world title fight, 2 unbeaten fighters. Fernando Martinez making the second defense of his IBF junior bantamweight title against the top contender and the unbeaten Jade Bornea. Tickets for this event being promoted, by the way, by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, on sale now. They can be purchased at the Armory at ArmoryMN.com. Again, Armory, M as in Mary, N as in Nancy.com, or you can get them through Ticketmaster as well. By the way, the Lubin Arias fight is being co-promoted by Mayweather Promotions. So let's talk about these fights with these fighters. Let's start with the champ, Fernando Martinez, unbeaten, 15-0, 8 knockouts. He is the IBF champion, taking on Jade Bornea, 18-0 as well. He's got 12 knockouts, fighting out of the Philippines. Jade, I'll start with you since you're the contender. And right now, Marlon Tapales, who trains with you, is the only world titleist right now out of the Philippines. What would it mean to you to join your training mate as a world champion Coach Sugar there is going to do the translation for us.
Unsa daw ang meaning para nimo aning pag-away nimo nga si Marlon may world champion sa Pilipinas karon?
Para sa kuha, importante kayo ni kay sobra isa ka tuig na og paabot. Excited ko sa dola, excited na nga mag-abot mi sa ring.
For him, it's very important, and he has sacrificed for more than 1 year to get to this point where he gets a crack at a championship against the reigning champion.
Fernando, I'll start with you too. Listen, you are a high-volume pressure fighter. Do you think that's just going to be too much for Jade Bornea on Saturday?
Fernando, vos sos alguien que por tu estilo abrumás a tu oponente y lanzás un montón de golpes. ¿Sentís que esta vez, este sábado, vas a volver a abrumarlo a Jade, tal y como lo hiciste en el pasado con otros oponentes?
Yo vengo preparado para los 12 rounds. Hicimos un buen campamento con el equipo. La verdad, muy agradecido, así que no, estamos tranquilos y estamos para tirar los 12 rounds.
I come ready to fight for 12 rounds, and I'm very thankful for my team and the way that they have helped me prepare for this challenge. And like I said, we're going to go all out until the final bell.
Martin Bader doing the translation for us. Jade, you were quoted as telling the media, quote, "This is a make or break fight for me, especially with him having beaten my countryman, Julian Williams, for the title." Tell the people here why, in your opinion, this is a make or break fight for yourself.
Ngano daw kinahanglan yung kamo daog maski kung sa pay kinahanglan buhaton aning duwa kay labi na nga gipildi niya si Jerwin.
Pangarap na nako na mag-world champion since nag-start ko boxing mo. Karon nga naanak ko sa time na ni dili na ko sayangon.
It's been my dream to become a world champion. I've worked so hard for it, so I will never give an inch to waste this opportunity of becoming a world champion.
Fernando, he's hungry, wants to be a world champion, but he also says he wants some get back because you beat Ancajas, and he wants some redemption for that. Your response to that?
Acá Jay dice que él quiere no solo derrotarte, sino que vengar la derrota de su compatriota, que es Ancajas. ¿Qué le tenés que responder a ese tipo de declaración?
Bueno, que no le va a ser nada fácil. Se va a tener que matarse en el ring porque nosotros venimos a matar y a morir y bueno, venimos para dar guerra, así que bueno, para toda la gente que lo vaya a disfrutar, porque se viene un knockout, me parece.
It's not gonna be easy for you. It's gonna be life or death, and if you wanna beat me, you're gonna have to kill yourself inside the ring to get that belt. And for me, it's a battlefield out there. It's a war, and the fans are gonna be the true winners because they're gonna see an all-out war out there on Saturday night.
Coach Sugar, get his response to that.
Ano daw ang masasagot mo? Ang sabi niya, kailangan daw patayan sa loob ng ring para ka manalo.
Handa ko kay dugay pod ko nag-training jud, kabalo ko nga ready na gyud ko pag-abot sa dula karong Sabado.
He said he is ready for anything that he brings on during the fight because he has prepared for this fight for a long time.
Martin, can you give the champ the translation?
Bueno, que él dice que está listo para lo que traigas, no te tiene nada de miedo, está más que listo para hacer lo que sea para ganar. Ahora, vos sos el campeón. ¿Qué mensaje le das a él y a la gente de por qué vos estás más listo que él?
Bueno, yo tengo la experiencia, estamos enfocados, tenemos el hambre, estoy en mi mejor momento y bueno, quiero demostrarle a la gente que el Puma está para muchos años más y nada, que voy a dar un buen espectáculo, que va a ser una guerra, así que estamos listos para la guerra.
You think he's hungry? I'm hungrier. I'm ready for war, like I said before. And I'm going to put on a show, and I'm going to show not only that I'm the champion, but I'm the champion that's willing to stay for years to come.
We'll wrap it up with this. Champ, I know you've talked about unifying titles, but what do the fine people here in Minneapolis who are getting the opportunity to see you fight for the first time need to know about what you're bringing Saturday night?
¿Qué mensaje le darías a la gente de Minneapolis que te va a ver pelear por primera vez? ¿Cómo es el estilo de pelea de Fernando Martínez? ¿Qué pueden esperar ver dentro del ring?
Yo le digo a la gente de Minneapolis que no se lo pierdan, que mi estilo es un mini Mike Tyson y vamos a la guerra y no tenemos miedo a nadie, queremos lo mejor y nos gustan los desafíos, por eso aceptamos la pelea y queremos a los mejores como siempre.
I want the fans in Minneapolis to know that you're gonna love me. I'm not like a mini Mike Tyson. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna give him like the best I can. It's gonna be another war and come out. You're not gonna wanna miss any second of the first fight of the night.
I love it. Can you tell the champ I like what he's talking about today almost as much as I like that shirt? That's when you know you're a champ, when your wardrobe is upgraded.
¿Sabes qué? Sabes que a él le encantan tus declaraciones, pero todavía más le gusta ahí lo que tenés puesto, esa campera bien de moda, bien con estilo.
Yeah, I love it. All right, that's the first fight of the night, world title fight. Of course, Fernando Martinez making the second defense of his title. So let's get to the co-main. And by the way, Erickson Lubin his flight was delayed because of weather. Obviously, we'll be here, but we'll be here a little bit later. He's the hammer. Lubin, 24-2, 17 knockouts. Again, coming off that Fight of the Year candidate against Sebastian Fundora, but he's going to be having his hands full because he's got Cuba. Luis Arias, 23-1. You got two top contenders at 154 pounds in one of probably most deep, best divisions in boxing. Luis, obviously, let's start with you here. I know you and Lubin used to train together. You guys know each other very well, especially after that Fundora fight that he had, which was a slugfest. He's coming off the longest layoff he's ever had. Does Erickson Lubin still have some questions that need to be answered on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think for this fight, everything's on him. We got to see what he's like. We got to see what that chin is like. And he has a lot of questions that he has to answer himself once he gets in there. But like I said, I'm the worst type of fight for him. And we're going to find out immediately how that chin's holding up. Because I'm in dog shape. And I'm coming to just, make my statement and put my name back in the mix.
Despite having obviously an undisputed champion at the top of your division at 154, this division, and I'm talking about 154, is so deep. When Brian Mendoza knocked out Sebastian Fundora, it was Mendoza who proclaimed himself the new boogeyman at 154 pounds. What will people be saying about Luis Arias after Saturday night?
They're going to be saying the same thing. Once I knock Lubin off, that'll be two top former number one contenders that I knocked off within a 2-year span. So, my title shot is coming. It's all about timing. I caught Hurt at the right time. I'm catching Lubin at the right time. So, after Saturday night, they're going to see that I'm a top dog and I deserve my respect. And next time they mention those top contenders in the weight, they will have no doubt but to mention me after knocking out two former number ones.
Obviously, Erickson is a skilled fighter, fast, he's young, but there's always been like this looming question with him about, as you pointed out, his chin. Do you think Erickson Lubin is chinny?
No doubt. He didn't got the two worst possible losses you can in boxing. He got stretched by one punch in 1 round, and then he got, beat up, pretty much battered for 10 rounds. So those are the two worst possible losses you could catch in the sport. And he ain't no Superman. He's still a human. So he going to have to bounce back and figure out how he going to bounce back. And I know exactly how they train. So for him to say that I'm not prepared and we didn't work as hard as him, that's bullshit. I used to train with them. I sparred 2 world champions to get ready for this fight. I was sparring Adames. Me and Adames was going to war, getting ready for this fight. So there's nothing that Lubin can bring to the table that I know I've already seen before. I've been in there with bigger guys. I've won 10, 12 rounds with bigger guys. So he's the ones that are going to be answering all the questions on Saturday, but I will be getting my hand raised at the end of the night.
One of the things when I was reading about this fight that someone wrote, they want to see if Luis Arias can be consistent and put together back-to-back wins in a series of wins, because they say you have great wins and then a head-scratching loss. Who's the real Luis Arias?
You're going to find out on Saturday. You know, it's different when Luis Arias knows who he's fighting, when he's fighting, and he got a good, you know, yo, we know we fighting this guy on this date, you know. I knew about the Hurd fight about 4 or 5 months in advance. I knew about this fight end of last year. They were just working on the date. So I've had my mind set on Lubin for going on really a year. Because if I wouldn't have took that Vaughn fight, me and Lubin were going to fight for the title. And he ended up losing it to Fondora. So, I mean, I've been ready for this fight. We've been talking about this fight for over a year now. And you guys are going to see a good, prime, fresh, hard-worked, a lot of punches, well-conditioned Luis Arias on Saturday.
And so for the good people of Minneapolis who will come out to the Armory, maybe they're getting the opportunity to see you for the first time.
No, I used to fight here all the time.
Yeah.
I'm Region 6, so Minnesota.
Tell them what they're getting on Saturday night.
They know about me. I'm a Region 6 legend around here, so we know. I know all the guys in the Minnesota boxing circuit because I grew up here. I fought at the Jamal James's gym.
Okay,
Me and Jamal James fought there when I was
Circle
11.
of
Yeah, it's the Circle of Discipline.
Yeah.
Me and him fought there when we were 10 years old. So, you know, I've been here. This is my neck of the woods. I'm coming confident, trained. He don't hit harder than that guy. So I'm ready. I know that. So.
Milwaukee's own Luis Arias. Of course, you will see him in the co-main against Erickson Lubin. All right, so now we get to the main event. Oh, my goodness. So here you go. You got Carlos Adames, the WBC interim champ. He is 22-1. 17 knockouts he has. He has a 77% knockout percentage on a 4-fight winning streak. But he's taking on Julian J-Rock Williams. 28-3-1. 16 knockouts. He's beaten 3 of his last 5 opponents. J-Rock, I guess I'll start with you because if Adames says he's the most feared man in this division, is this the fight that rejuvenates Julian J-Rock's career?
I would say yeah, for sure. But he said the most feared man in the division. Who feared him? He just hit the scene last year. I just think he's just talking just to talk.
Carlos, acá Julian dice que vos decís que sos el boxeador más temido de la división, pero ¿quién te tiene miedo? Nadie, él no te tiene miedo.
Está bien.
Okay. Yeah.
Champ, you told the boxing scene, quote, "I'm expecting a tough fight, but I feel like I'm a better fighter in every aspect. I feel I can break him down and win by a spectacular knockout," end quote. Tell us why you're so confident.
Le dijiste a la prensa anteriormente que sos superior a Williams de todas las maneras, en todas las facetas, que lo vas a desarmar, lo vas a noquear y lo vas a hacer de forma espectacular. ¿Por qué te sentís tan confiado?
Primeramente, muchísimas gracias. Vamos a darle la bendición a Dios por tenernos a todos aquí. Me siento muy agradecido por la Minneapolis que me acogió para tener una gran pelea aquí en Minneapolis. La situación que se lo dije fue porque realmente soy superior a él. Me siento superior a él porque me preparo bien. Doy lo mejor de mí en el gimnasio al 100%. Pienso que es ¿cómo le dirías? Una presa que se la ponen a un pescado y lo voy a sacar del río. No creo que él sepa dónde está sentado ahora mismo. Pienso que está sentado en una mala silla.
First of all, let me thank God and the good people of Minneapolis for having embraced me and hosted me the way that they have. And if I said that I'm superior to him, that I'm better than him in every way, it's because I mean it. Because I've been in the gym training really hard with a spectacular team by my side. And to me, Williams is just bait on a hook, ready to just be devoured by the big fish here, and he has no idea what he's up to right now. He's sitting there all comfortable and confident when he should know that he's sitting in a bad chair, in a bad spot right now.
J-Rock, you get the sense that maybe they feel like Julian J-Rock Williams is on the downside of his career, that he's already been at the highest peak, and now I'm getting somebody to pad my resume, so to speak. Can you let Carlos Adames know what he's in for Saturday night?
I ain't letting him know nothing. I don't have to. I'm going to show up Saturday night. We're going to settle in the ring like men. That's all.
Mira, Carlos, yo no te tengo que anticipar nada ni decirte nada, porque ¿sabes lo que vamos a hacer? Vamos a entrar al ring el sábado por la noche.
Él sabe lo que va a pasar.
You know
Él por eso no va a anticipar nada, porque sabe lo que va a pasar, cabrón. No, que no joda. Él sabe que entonces esto es boxeo, esto es película. No, que salga de ese teatro. Ya él sabe a quién se va a enfrentar. Si no sabe a quién se va a enfrentar, que no esté dudando de lo que va a hablar.
Come on, don't be hesitating like that. You know what this is. You know that this is boxing. And if you're hesitant like this, it's because you really just you don't know what you're getting into. So in a way, just instead of not anticipating anything, just tell us what you really feel.
J-Rock?
I don't got, listen, right? This dude, with this dude is, you know what he is? He like a bully, right? And he's a bully, you heard me. So I don't gotta get up here and go back and forth and argue with him. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna show up on Saturday night. Believe it, I'm gonna be there. I'm here. Listen, I watched tape on him. He ain't no boogie, man. He a good fighter, but he not unbeatable. I seen him down. I seen him tired. I seen him hurt. And this shit is recently. He's not no boogeyman. He talking about who ducking him. There's nobody in the division. Jamal been off for 2 years. Munguia moved up. Who's ducking him? See that man right there been filling his head up, making him think he's invincible. He's not invincible.
You got to bet Benavidez about that. You got to plan about that. You won't find out.
Get his response.
Carlos, vos en realidad me parece a mí que sos un matón, que la verdad que simplemente sos pura cháchara y que te veo cansado, te veo también herido, y eso recientemente. Entonces, y que además no hay nadie más en la división. ¿Quién va a estar eludiéndote? En realidad él está listo para vos.
Tiene mala vista.
I hope you're saying exactly what I said.
Si
Si
me está viendo desde ese punto de vista, tiene mala vista. Sí, porque habla de Charlo, habla de Munguia.
I know.
Habla de Charlo, habla de Munguia. ¿Dónde está Charlo? ¿Dónde está Munguia? Toditos me temen. El cabrón sabe a lo que se va a enfrentar. Sabe que se enfrenta al 60 más peligroso que existe en la división. Al que todos le temen. Y no eso yo que lo digo. Ahí están los fans. Los fans lo dicen. Es un cabrón.
You're behaving like a bastard right now, because where's Charlo? Where's Munguia? Like, do you see him? Do you see them here? No. And if you see me tired and if you see me hurt, that's because you have bad eyesight. I'm right here and I'm 100%.
Okay. I'm done talking.
I got the sense though, J-Rock, that this is the Julian Williams that was like right before the Hurd fight. That seems laser focused.
I'm locked in. I know what this is. I know what he is. I know what he is.
Which is?
I ain't telling. It's gonna show up in the fight. I tell you one thing, though, he a bully though. Tell him that.
I told him that, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm a man, bro. You can't scare me, you not scaring me. I'm a man, 100%.
No te tengo miedo, estoy al 100% y sos un matón y voy a derrotarte.
No tiemble, todavía.
Don't be shaking. I see you
Todavía
shaking.
no estamos arriba del ring. Tranquilo, que
relájate.
La paciencia es corta.
One question I got for you, J-Rock. It seems like there have been some great Philly fighters who've come from that middleweight division. It seems like it's been tailor-made for Philly fighters. Will we see another one?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Love it. Love it. Carlos, For all these people who come out to the Armory, all these people going to turn on Showtime Championship Boxing, let these people know what they're going to see Saturday night when you take on Julian Williams.
Contale a la gente que te va a estar viendo pelear el sábado por la noche, ¿qué va a estar viendo de Carlos Adames contra Julian Williams?
Bueno, primeramente, ya se divirtieron, sé que se divirtieron en la press conference. Siento que él, creo que tiene una idea ironía completamente de mí. Espero que toda la gente de Minneapolis se den cita para que vean esa velada. Va a ser una gran pelea, hay que disfrutarla, hay que estar ahí, hay que apartar su asiento. Pienso que va a ser una gran noche. Pienso que no es nada de lo que dice. No se imagina lo que lo espera, lo que lo está esperando él esa noche del sábado. Esperemos que esté bien listo porque aquí no hay duda.
If you like this press conference, you're going to love the fight. I'm glad that this was a fun press conference for everyone, but I want the people to know that I'm going to bring my best and that Julian Williams has no idea what he's getting into on Saturday night. What he's going to see inside the ring is going to overwhelm him, and I'm going to be the one that comes out on top after all.
J-Rock, give you the final word here for all those people who come out to the Armory, all those people turning on Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday night. They get the opportunity to see the former unified champ once again. What can you guarantee they're going to get out of J-Rock come Saturday?
A spectacular performance and a win.
Folks, it is the main event that comes your way Saturday night from the Armory on Showtime Championship Boxing at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. Again, it's a triple header of fights. The main event, the WBC interim champ, Carlos Adames, taking on the former unified champion in Julian J. Rock Williams. And then you have the co-main. You have Luis Arias taking on Erickson Lubin. And, of course, we begin the night with a world title fight as Fernando Martinez makes the second defense of his IBF title against the unbeaten Jade Bornea. It will be one heck of a night of boxing. Of course, everything brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions as well, Warrior Boxing, and of course the Arias fight is being co-promoted by Mayweather Promotions as well. I'm Brian Custer from Showtime Championship Boxing. We'll see you Saturday night at the Armory. Gentlemen, let's get a face-off here.
Pueden venir cada uno para su cariño, por favor. Fernando de ese lado, Carlos del otro.
Okay, Jade, Fernando. Go! Alright guys, turn out, face the cameras in the back, all the way up top. All the way up top. Right there in the first row, guys. Fernando, Jade, first row right here in the middle. Thanks guys. Just hang tight on the side for us. Cuba, aquí on the side. Right here, boss. Right in the back. Put Pierre up there. Down here in the front row.
Somebody play part of Erickson Luke?
Thank you.
You better show up. See if that chin's all right. Chin's okay.
Carlos, Julian, go face to face right for the tape.
Hold his water bottle.
Alright guys, turn out and face the cameras all the way in the back, please.
La cámara.
First row in the middle, please. Julian's first row. Do one group shot with everyone. Stay right there. Puma right here. Right here, Puma. Pumita right here. Alright guys, all the way in the back first. All the way in the back in the cameras. Thank you, goodbye. And then right here in the first row, please. Right faster in the first row in the middle. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Andre, whoa!
You have to understand what I've been through. All of it made me into the man that I am today.
32-0. His brother Andre Ward was great.
I'm going to do things my way. I wanted to have a body of work, not just in the ring, but as a man. Only thing you ain't done in boxing is lose.
SOG, The Book of Ward, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount Plus.
Errol Spence Jr. is one of the best boxers on planet Earth. And down goes Kell Brook! Errol Spence with some sweet combinations.
He is the winner by technical knockout.
You've got the 3 belts. What's next?
And now the unified welterweight champion of the world.
Everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
I do believe this is the perfect time. You got 2 great fighters in their prime for all the marbles. It's going to be an exciting fight. I just can't wait for it to happen.
That's the fight we all want to see.
There's been a back and forth a lot with you and Bud Crawford.
I don't know your number. Save it.
I want all the smoke. But right now, I'm looking at Terrence Crawford.
This is for Undisputed. This is a big moment for not only myself, but for Errol Spence Jr.
Saturday, July 29th, they're going to crown the first 4-belt undisputed champion in 147-pound history.
The wait is over. Watch me fry this fish.
Yeah, I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I come up for that motherfucking belt.